Oh, look at that concept art. Very
You
fancy.
made it back alive.
I did.
What are you?
You worry too much.
Okay, that's creepy. That's a creepy voice. Meet up with Frode at the Beacon of Age Command Center. Okay, let's go there. Ooh. Crichton Research. The situation in the Kaineng Fractal was deteriorating rapidly. The Jade mechs were designed to keep the city clean and productive, and once they achieved sentience, they quickly optimized for that, determining that organic life was the primary. So basically, yeah, basically Battlestar Galactica. When their initial command that organics leave the city was not obeyed, violence became their prompt solution. Their takeover of the city is already nearly completed. The possibility remains that they will desire to expand their control. Okay, so we're... The Kaineng world, or the End of Dragon world here, is like controlled by mechs. Jade bots, basically. Conclusion. This kind of machine intelligence being developed remains a significant concern for Tyria, and it raises the troubling possibility that similar concept might already exist outside of Tyria. We recommend continuing to study scenarios like this until a better prevention plan is developed. The situation in the Kryta fractal has developed in an unanticipated direction. While the immersion of Thackeray as the nation's leader after the deaths of the royal family was unsurprising, the deterioration of Krytan society was unexpected. His attempts to prevent more incidents have led to increasingly draconian measures, scaling back centuries of freedom in the country. Conclusion. This experiment has reinforced the unpredictability of the nations of Tyria and the corruption nature of even the noblest people involved. We recommend additional study, but we advise against any Ashful Ward involvement. So yeah, this is like alternative realities of Kryta, of Kanta. Mabon has given his approval to the fractal's development to this point. After many failed attempts, we seem to have found the moment and place and time we need. The Forge there will work for his contingency plan, which he hopes will never be needed. Fractal will be paused and stored. Research will be sealed and archived. Okay, so he found a fractal that was useful to him. Oh, is that the vendor we need? Oh, more books.
Over here.
The Alona fractal has seen a significant deterioration as Balthazar has solidified control and pressed the majority of the population into his service. At this stage, it seems unlikely that even the full force of the pack could alter the outcome. It is likely that his attention will spread to the rest of Tyria soon. Conclusion. The negative impact of the gods on Tyria cannot be overstated. They are unstable and potentially catastrophic variables that are difficult to account for and impossible to contain. It is our clear recommendation that for Tyria to thrive, they must never be allowed to return. Okay. Oh, what is this? Radanovis has made substantial advancements since our last observation. There has been a significant leap forward in the mass optimization of their society, and all but the most sophisticated work is now handled by golems. Additionally, they have not experienced a shock attack in decades, as their domestication and control of the creatures have been further cemented. Yeah, that seems like a relic that would be good for me, yeah. The fractal has proven worthwhile already, and there are a number of new technologies they developed that may be useful for our purposes. Our estimates indicate that city is likely to continue prospering and developing into the future. Recommend continuing the experiment indefinitely. And a Maguma one. We have all allowed a significant amount of time to pass since last observing the progression of the Maguma fractal, and the overgrowth we saw before has continued as predicted. The inhabited jungle has grown in size and ferocity as they've adapted to these new conditions, and a sort of equilibrium among species have been reached. It seems that even under extreme conditions, life in Tyria survives. Conclusion. While mainland instability still represents a meaningful concern, Tyria remains remarkably resilient. It appears likely that some version of Tyria that life would survive even in our worst projections. However, the experiment is worth continuing in order to study the long-tail effects. Okay.
Frode and Yuno are inside.
Okay. So let's get into the next story parts. Meet up with Frode at the Beacon of Ages Command Center. This door leads into the Astral Ward's Beacon Command Center. Open the door and enter.
Commander, over here.
Director Camillus. Okay. I'm Director Camillus, head of the ward's Fractal Research Division. I'm sure you have many questions about our work. I will try to answer the ones I can. Have the Fractal actually been useful?
Extremely useful. I personally believe it is our most important area of research. For
Okay.
many problems, it is difficult to see the solutions in advance, but easy in hindsight, after it's too late to fix it. But the fractals allow us to learn from mistakes we didn't actually make.
True.
That knowledge is essential in preventing those mistakes we can't afford to make.
Why did they have to have real people in them? Yeah, I mean the people in those fractals you're using as an experiment, that kind of sucks for them.
Originally, the wizards tried simulated beings, approximations that could experience life but couldn't suffer from it. But without that element, they didn't act like they would in our world. The data held no predictive power. Each aspect of real beings was needed. Their freedom, their strength, and yes, even their suffering.
Damn,
It
it's
was
kind
the
of dark.
only way.
What happens to a fractal once you're done?
The wizards have the ability to, well, for lack of a better term, to pause the experiments. They are then kept in that frozen state in case they are needed later. That way, no additional harm comes to them.
Okay. How do you live with the cost of it all? Yeah.
The same way that you do, Commander. I've watched your career with admiration, seen the choices you've had to make. You know, as I do, that the right thing to do is rarely clean. There are always consequences, and many of them severe. I've spent a long time on this problem, and this is our best option. Part of leading is accepting the cost of that choice.
Okay.
The truth is, as high as the price is to learn what we've learned, I've never regretted it.
All right. That's a good way to think about it. I still don't think it's justified. Okay.
Ah, but someone must. You've faced those choices yourself. You're likely
Guess.
to again.
Okay, I already talked to you. Everything else is fine.
Ah, they are taller than I thought.
What do you mean?
Commander, you know, one of our oldest members.
Oldest mortal members.
Wish I had time to give you a proper introduction to the Astral Ward, but things are dismal.
Remind me why we can't call for more help. I could have a fleet of airships here in a day.
The Astral Ward is
Oh, what a
secret.
flex.
That is Isgarin's preference, even in times of worry.
Isn't Isgarin compromised? Won't it be too late if you wait for his permission?
Maban is choosing to honor his will. We will do the same. Rian could really use your help in the Rift Hunters, one of our more hands-on divisions. They track down rifts before whatever horrors inevitably spill out of them.
Okay.
Just like the one that pulled you into Nios. They're popping up all over Tyria. Innocent lives are at risk. Rihanna's waiting for you. They'll gear you up and give you whatever details you need.
Gear me up.
While you
Nice.
help contain the threat, we've got Astral Ward searching for Dagda and Iskaran's whereabouts. As soon as we gather more intel, we'll call on you to help with the cleansing.
What exactly are we dealing with?
Dagda and Iskaran will need to be cleansed, so to say, of their cryptist possession before they can aid us. Dagda is our first target. We believe she's hiding nearby, probably attempting to cleanse herself of any unwanted guests. As soon as we can confirm her location, we'll call on you. Give me your thing. The one you use to talk to your friends from far away.
Okay.
My comms device? Oh, sure.
Allow Ueno to attune your comm device. They're gonna upgrade my phone.
I do not miss the ever-changing nature of technology. There. I've attuned your little device to pick up on arcane fluctuations. We'll be able to contact you anywhere. Even if you stumble into another rift.
Well, let's hope the latter doesn't happen anytime soon.
Yes, let's.
Speak to Rian to learn more about the situation.
I was an esteemed professor in the College of Synergetics.
Okay, what happened?
To study the metaphysical is to study the inner workings of the flow itself. It's good work. But my people are stubborn and petty. Bureaucratic, even. It's limiting. Zojja and I had the same realization. Expecting satisfaction from that city is like expecting a Skrit to win the SNAF prize. So I went on a long sabbatical to explore the world beyond the stuffy labs and debate halls of Rada Sum. And then I found this big lump of bricks hiding away in Garenhof. Maban noticed my curiosity. And here I am.
Okay.
I still collect stipends from the Arcane Council. They think I'm in a jungle somewhere, gawking at plants. Bureaucracy.
Huh.
We're up and running. Good.
This'll help. Navigating the islands might be a bit,
Confusing?
right. Over time, Iskaran and the wizards created various reflections.
For the scientific-minded, you could think of them like simulations.
They were kept on an astral plane, separate from our physical reality.
So they're like fractals.
Exactly.
Oh, these are invisible walls.
But, unlike fractals, these are here. These copies are now physical and susceptible to Cryptus influence.
When the dragon's cycle ended and the Spire's magic was fractured, some of those reflections spilled out. They fell into multiple planes of existence. Some of them solidified here. Kaineng, Elona. So often the world was only inches away from a completely different reality.
So they're real? Not just illusions? Living beings trapped in simulations?
Real as you and I. They're shaken and in need of someone's help.
Okay. Island Discovery Tour. Learn about the Fractal Islands. Oh, cool.
I feel strong.
Everything else I've done so far on this part.
Ah, Commander. Your eyes have seen so many places, so many beasts. I know a hunter when I see one. Apologies. Being in your presence may be more shocking for some than others. I am Rian of the Rift Hunters.
Frode and Yuno sent me to help. It sounds like we're working against the clock.
Well, your help comes with kind timing. Rifts have been appearing all over Tyria, but they're especially potent here.
Okay.
Thankfully, that device of yours, the Heart of the Obscure, has given us a new windfall. In your hands, a blessing. They found it in Waiting Sorrow's quarters just before we lost the tower. Don't
Is
know
that a
what she
coda
made
in
of it.
Waiting
The
Sorrow?
Heart's ability to open and seal rifts by following their astral frequency is impressive. I've not much more time with the Heart than you, but let me guide you. The Heart of the Obscure is capable of astonishing things. It can act as a conduit for your emotional energy, channeling it as a source of power. Now, hold the Heart aloft, and focus your thoughts on the demonic rifts, and your desire to hunt down these intruders.
Use the mastery skill Scan for Rifts to begin tracking down demonic rifts across Tyria. Oh!
Do you feel it?
I can see it. The magic in the air is flowing.
Incredible. What does it look like?
Hard to describe. A little frightening. Like the world itself is reaching towards something. You can't see it?
No. You and the Heart are one in this moment. I've seen before what you do now, but I am a bystander. It might seem overwhelming, but don't be afraid. These are your own thoughts made manifest. Go on now. Why don't you see where it leads you?
Once you've begun tracking a rift, use the mastery skill Scan for Rift to have the Heart of the Obscure continue guiding you towards your destination. Okay. And we're here.
This is Ammon of the Ward, and you've unfortunately found yourself in Alona.
Okay.
Or Analona, rather. Apparently, this fractal aimed to study a world where Balthazar succeeded. Not pretty, to say the least. But if you help me out around here, we'll probably both get back to more exciting duties sooner.
Okay. Okay. The Western Cam is going to the Skyskill Schoon. There's something going on out there, but it doesn't sound good. Well, if we're stuck here, we might as well talk. What's on your mind? What did they want to learn about from this fractal? Not my area of expertise, but maybe they just wanted to see what would happen if a rogue god wasn't stopped. There's 5 more of them out there, after all. What happened to me in this fractal? Well, you didn't win, but from what I can tell, you survived. Left alone to go seek an answer to Balthazar and just disappeared for good. I see. So this isn't the kind of job you normally have. Not even close. I'm a soldier. My place at the front, taking the fight to the enemy. Don't get me wrong. It's important somebody do this job, but just wish it wasn't me. You seem to be a fan of Mabon. Of course, it's exactly what you want in a leader. Straightforward and direct, capable and commanding in the field. If you had another 10 of him, we'd have 1 already. Okay.
Be careful if you go any farther. The Jade mechs in the city will kill
There.
any who enter. The Kaineng you know was built on the backs of the machines.
Oh wow, that's
In
Kaineng.
this Kaineng, the machines have had a change of heart. The Ward sent me to bring some peace to this place. If you can help while
Can't
you're
get
here,
up there.
that would mean a
Oh,
great
maybe
deal.
I can. Maybe I can get up there. Let me go here first.
All of the Zaishin showed up so suddenly. What's going on?
Zaishin.
I'll tell you what's going on. They've sold us all out to their damn god, and now they've got cold feet. And they're going to bring all the fury of the Forge down on our heads in the process.
Oh no. We've got to get out of here while we still can.
The fate of the commander. It's been many months now since the commander fled Alona in the wake of Balthazar's victory. The people here have not forgotten their promise they left as they left that they would return and undo the damage before it was too late. But as Balthazar's power has solidified and the absence of the commander has lengthened, it has become clear to most of us that no salvation is coming. We are on our own. No one knows what became of them after leaving. Perhaps they succumbed to the injuries Balthazar inflicted on them, or maybe they truly are preparing to return. Perhaps it is as so many fear, we have been abandoned by yet another savior, left to die in our desert and be consigned to history. Forgotten people buried in sand. O Joko's Whereabouts by Zareem El Rawat. When Balthazar first began his conquest, it was assumed that Palawa Joko and his awakened would rise to meet him. Then, when the commander failed, Alona's hopes fell on her usual tormentor, hoping that Joko could at least succeed in stopping the war god's rampage. But as more and more awakened territory falls to the fore, new doubts about the Lich Lord has been raised. Joko's absence has been rationalized by three theories. First, the theory of his loyalists that Joko is laying low to plan a crucial counterattack. Second, the theory of his enemies that he has made a deal with Balthazar, selling out his people to protect his own life. But the third, growing in popularity every day, is that even the immortal Joko has somehow been killed by Balthazar. Opinions predictably vary about whether that would be a good thing. Okay. Balcor's camp. Warning on uncontained magic. Caution, there are reports of large quantities of uncontained magic in this area. If you spot any, please immediately contact the Skyscale Corps so cleanup can be scheduled. Do not underestimate the danger. Concentrated magic like this can lead to large-scale spontaneous incursion events. Keep your distance and keep fractal hands away from the magic. Okay.